Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Kirby Rocket, and today I actually wanted to go over and talk about a follow up on the previous video I talked about where I am moving on and overall leaving the Terraria community as altogether. So there were a few things I wanted to address in particular, and I really wanted to clear up some loose ends that never really were specifically mentioned because I was trying to be as vague as possible. But I saw there was a lot of misconceptions, and I felt that it was wrong to leave some of those misconceptions unanswered. There are some updates that I can give you, and some of them are really good, but some of them I can't talk about for legal purposes. Otherwise, I will be giving you some misconceptions that I want to clear up and just make sure that you guys can have a general understanding of what actually happened, what's going on, what happened in my life, and what I'm doing right now. For the record, if you're waiting for that AMA that I asked you guys to do earlier in the community post, I'll link that post directly in the description below. I'm actually delaying it because I've been trying to edit the video, but of course, thunderstorms. I live in Florida. So the problem with all that, I can't really do much when there's a thunderstorm, because if there's a thunderstorm and let's say it hits close to the ground like it usually does, I could potentially lose over a terabyte of data, just like how I did when I was after making the desert mix for Overhaul. So please stay tuned for that. I promise you it will be coming soon. I have answered some questions there in the. I have answered some questions in that exact video, but I will be answering some more. And I can address some of them here, especially the ones that are related to drama. And I kind of wanted to actually get them. One of those questions was actually, has it made me feel any better or relieved since I had stated that? And the answer is yes. I actually did want to say for sure. In fact, it was probably the most therapeutic and relieving thing I could have done altogether. It was something I felt it was necessary, and I couldn't bottle it up. I mean, I've been in the Terraria community since I was 12 years old. In 2013, I had originally bought the game. And I bought the game, actually, no, I bought it in December of 2011, but I never played it. It was only in 2013 when I decided to actually start playing it, is I felt it would be fun. And I was kind of right to an extent. But overall, yeah, and it was only until I started getting more involved in communities, servers, things like that, when I started getting those things, being groomed and whatnot. But that's only part of that. One of the common misconceptions that I mentioned, because I know I briefly talked about Pedguin. Pedguin's a wonderful person. I'm going to tell you this right now. He's been an absolute friend, and honestly, sometimes even I consider him to be like a fatherly figure, if not a brotherly figure. He's gave me a lot of brotherly love, and it was something I was really able to look up to him for a long time, and I still do look up to him. He's a really wonderful person. I have nothing against him. What happened between us is something I don't like talking about, but like just to clear the record, he did nothing wrong. Pedguin himself did nothing wrong, and I'm going to tell you that right now because I talked about grooming in the video. Pedguin did not do any grooming at all. That was a common misconception. I heard that twice, 3 times, if not 4. I'm going to tell you this now. Pedguin is not a groomer. Pedguin is not a pedophile. Pedguin is a wonderful human being. He is a great content creator, and he's been someone I've looked up to as a brother quite literally since we first met. I think I was 13 or 14. I don't remember. I just know I'd met him before he was a content creator, or at least I didn't know him as a content creator until afterwards. It was only until his birthday I found out. So, yeah, I mean, he's a wonderful person. And I know I just spent like a minute or two talking about him, but I really do appreciate it. I mean, to put it in perspective to where you can understand of how wonderful of a person I find him, and just in case any tinfoil hatters wanted to say that like I'm just trying to hide something that he did. Which he didn't do anything, mind you. I'm gonna say this from firsthand. And I don't like talking about this, but when I once had to run from the police because of a false report that was made against me, all because I just wanted to spend time in his community, who reached out? That was him. He reached out to me personally just to make sure things were okay. When I went to talk about having one of his shirts and how I got it ripped after I started getting beat at home, I mean, I'm not home now. I'm living on my own currently. It's rough, but I'm still living on my own. When that would happen, guess what? He was there. I mean, and even when I was struggling as a content creator, as a streamer, and I didn't believe myself as a YouTuber, he was there. I mean, he actually did teach me about consistency, like how uploading constantly. That's why when I started uploading every Tuesday, you were able to see that, and that's when I started growing. And yeah, that's actually thanks to him. And Pedwin, if you're watching this, thank you, dude. You saved my life. I'm never gonna forget you, and I really do appreciate everything you've ever done in my life. I have nothing against you. And we know what happened between each other. I'm not going to talk about it in this video because we don't need to. It's unnecessary. It's arbitrary, and that's drama I don't want to talk about. But this is something I'm really thankful for, and I'm thankful for you as a person. There are some things I wish I could tie there are some loose ends I really want to tie with you. And that's something I'd have to do personally. Nothing hostile or anything. I just have some things I wanted to share my story, my side of the story, what I saw, and things like that. Anyway, outside of that, the grooming. The grooming was done by several people, and these are people I didn't even know they were adults until like after. Scratch that. I didn't know that the people they were grooming were children because they tried hiding that. So that's one thing, and the fact that nothing was said even after it was kind of mentioned, even in the staff Discord, like not the staff, like the staff channels for the Notorious Discord, because I actually got a personal message about somebody reaching out. I'm not stating who did it, and I know I actually was told several people did it. I don't know what is true, I don't know what isn't true, but I know the fact that nothing was public. I just know that nothing was publicly said about it. You know, not even condemning, saying, "Hey, pedophilia, bad. Don't do that." The fact that wasn't a thing, it was troublesome. It was worrying, and it was something I genuinely just felt disgusted by. I mean, you would think at the very minimum, like, one would say, pedophilia is not something that should be done within our community, and it's not something we condemn to, or no, we condone. I get those two words confused all the time. It's not something we condone to, and it's not something we will tolerate. And, you know, like, just even that statement would be better. And I've heard nothing, and I've seen nothing. I even did a double check myself. Nothing was posted, and it's heartbreaking, and it's disappointing. But that's just how I feel on that, and there's nothing I can do about it, and I'm not worrying about it anymore, because I don't consider myself part of the community. As for what am I going to be doing with Overhaul? Oh, to answer the question, I actually didn't answer about the questions with grooming. As for the people who were groomed, loose ends are being tied, closure is being achieved. I promise that, and I can't say more than that legally. Let's see. What else am I missing? Oh, yes, of course. With the Overhaul music, I know a lot of people have been wondering, am I going to continue doing it? And the answer is yes. If there's sorority music, I'm making it. Why? Look at where all my subscribers came from. I just wanted to point that out. That's all. I mean, you guys are really helping me as people altogether. I mean, it's something I really appreciate. I mean, the fact that you guys love the content so much to leave it on loop over and over and over, that's actually something. Not only does that make me feel really good about myself, because I used to think my music was kind of garbage, but the fact that you guys like love it that much and even support me, this actually supports me to a point where I can even afford like moving out, flying out, doing things, and even expanding my type of content that I create. So because of you, you guys, all you people who are watching, it's something that's I really could not have done without any of you. So thank you, everyone. It means a lot to me. And one might wonder, how am I doing as a person? And to be honest, I really don't know. I mean, I feel rather dysphoric in the sense that, dysphoric meaning that, like, I'm not sad, but I'm not happy either. And I'm not angry either. Let's just clarify that. Like, I don't know, because I'm watching all of this happen, and there's still so many loose ends that I want to tie up. Like, hold on, let me think. Like, if I were to talk to every person I've met who I've hurt, well, not everyone, because I can't do everyone, but I physically, that's just physically not possible. But if I were to, well, not only the people who hurt me, but I mean the people I hurt at the same time, if I was able to just get that closure between us, that's something I really wanted to do. I said Penguin earlier, but I mean, he's actually one of the biggest reasons why I want to get closure with a lot of people. I actually got a lot of closure once I released a previous video. People who used to hate me would actually came up to me and talked about, wow, I didn't know how much was going on, and I apologize for all the things that I once said or did about you. And yeah, I mean, it really just, that's something I'm really happy about. And I know some people kept saying that, like, after that video, it kind of helped shape, it kind of defined me for having a lot of drama with me. But, like, my thing with that, and I know this is kind of just me ranting or just having a vlog at this point, but I mean, the thing with that is that the drama wouldn't happen if there was proper community management. It might happen on a smaller scale, but it wouldn't happen for over the course of 7 years. Yeah, this wouldn't happen over the course of 7 years. I started playing when I was 12. I got groomed when I was 12, and then, oh God, it's been 7 years. Like, if there was proper community management, there wouldn't be so many. Like, not only like so many, but there wouldn't be as often. I'm going to be honest, I'm not the only one who has a story like this. And I'm saying this not because just as a scare or a threat or anything, and I don't know how it could be taken as a threat, but hey. I've run into people who actually reached out to me personally to talk about just how they were experiencing that as well. And that's just ridiculous to me. It's baffling. I really don't know what else to say. And yeah, you just think so much more would be getting done, and nothing does get done. I really want change. I'm not sure how, but I really want change. And I'm hoping that there will be change. I'm really hoping that. Make no mistake, as much as I don't want to play the game anymore, I really do hope that nobody goes through what I went through, and nobody has to deal with improper community management, just as seen as this was. Like, I really just don't know what else to say about that. There are so many ways that would get avoided, and like how all of this would get avoided, and it just wasn't. It's so hard for me to fathom, because I'm like, the fact that this was even brought up and nothing was said about it, that's mind-boggling to me. It's like it makes me wonder if anyone cares. And I know there are a ton of people who care. There's my community here. There's all of you guys. There's the people who reach out to me. There's even other content creators much larger than I am who actually even reach out to talk about it, just to be here as a friend, person, and family member. There's so many people like that, but none of seemingly the most important people. And well, it kind of just makes me wonder, really, like, who are the most important people? And I would say the most important people are the ones that stick with you the most and care about you as a person and more than anything else. But do they care? I want to say they care, but after 7 years of this, I don't know. And I don't want to cause speculation. I really don't. Like, I don't mean to cause speculation is what I should say. And I don't want anyone here, especially in my community, or anyone that I know, to go over, reach out to them, and harass them for things like this. Like, I mean, yes, this is a very serious and extreme topic, but it's not worth harassing somebody. They're a person too, and I wouldn't want them to deal with any harassment more than what they already do as a developer. or as developers, I should say, or just company owners in general. I don't know. It depends on how you want to say it. More importantly, it's just, I don't know. What I care about most is that I'm able to make ends meet with all the closure that I need. Like, I think, and people might say because it's I'm obsessed or something, but no, I mean I find that one of the main reasons why I think about why I think about my experience in Terraria so much is because I kind of grew up with it. I mean, I didn't have a lot, and I didn't have a lot of people in real life. A lot of the people I had in real life either died or got groomed and vanished into non-existence. So, yeah, I mean, I don't really know what else to say. Like, I would hope that change is made, and I would hope that the people who I want to get closure with, which is actually dwindling, the numbers are dwindling in terms of people who I want to get closure with, because I've spoken to a lot of people since the time of releasing that video, but I really hope I can talk with everyone. I think there's a few people who I do want to talk to still. I mean, obviously Penguin's one. I've mentioned him 3 times, if not more, in this video. I think Dokuro's one of them. Nah, he might be watching this too. If you are watching this, Dokuro, please feel free to message me on Twitter. You have me blocked right now. And that was when you were angry at me at first. That was on stream. When you were stressed out with fans and it was an impulse block. And I completely understand that. Like, if it happens, especially when you're really stressed out. But if you want to speak, feel free to. I don't think there's many other people outside of either Penguin himself, Dokuro, or some people who are really close to Penguin. And that's, I mean, one of them I will actually name Clara. If you are watching this, please feel free to reach out to me. There's something I did want to ask you, and I think, yeah, actually, I have the biggest question for you. I mean, my biggest question for you. I want to get closure with Penguin just as much, but I mean, I have questions and I want closure too, because, I mean, you know what happened between us. I mean, this is Clara Kane, to be clear, because, yeah, I'm not gonna get into why, but yeah. Thank you, everyone. If you stuck by through this whole 18-minute video, thank you. Yeah, whenever I record these videos, I don't like editing them because I want to have, like, just full raw emotion and kind of treat it more like a vlog, if not like a little podcast. So you could, like, listen to it. There's no need to get visuals, and it's not necessary. I just like having the idea. Oh god. I mean, I like having the idea of having this. It's something I would do more. If you guys want to see more of this, let me know in the comment section below. The AMA, I've answered a lot of these questions in the video that's in the works. Please feel free to check that out. Also, did you know that part of the overhaul soundtrack is on Spotify, Amazon Music, and a bunch of other music retailers? For more information, click the link in the description below. You're gonna really like it, I promise. I think it's something that, I mean, right now it also has some uploads that aren't even on YouTube and won't be on YouTube for quite some time because they need to get all of 1.4 done. I can actually get all of 1.4 done, by the way, so that's really cool. 19-minute video, by the way. So I'll leave a link in the description to that below. And this one has Town Night and Windy Day. So and those videos aren't even going to be coming out for a while because I want to have all of 1.4 done, which I can do that now. But I want to get all that done first, and then we'll be good. Again, thank you everyone who stuck by throughout this video, and I will see you guys later. Thank you again. Hopefully we can get that closure we need, and for everyone who I want to see, I hope to see you in my DMs. They're always open. I'll see you later.